it is me, just Allie from BK. I'm in the car, obviously, so this is a Carside chat. Also, it is really sunny out, so it's going to be coming in and out of shadow. But you know, Carside chats are messy. That is what this is, right? Bad camera angles. But just here to talk about things. So I'm sure y'all have all heard about Shock G, and it was really surprising to me yesterday. My son came to me yesterday and said, "Hey, did you hear about Shock G?" And I thought, what? The one who put the satin on your panties, the Humpty Hump, Shock G? And he was like, "Yeah, he passed away." I was completely surprised. I mean, in the past couple of weeks, we've lost 3 hip-hop legends, right? DMX, then Black Rob, and now Shock G. And if y'all don't know, Shock G is kind of the one who brought G-Funk to hip-hop, and also Tupac to hip-hop. So, you know, definitely a legend in his own right, with his own kind of fun style. And, you know, these are my people. This is my hip-hop. And I am not ready to start losing my legends and icons in hip-hop. So, yeah, it was really sad yesterday. And I started, you know, kind of going back and watching all these old videos. Oddly enough, I get around is if someone said to me, "I will pay you $1,000 to, you know, rap the lyrics to a hip hop song and you can't get it wrong." I Get Around is that one song for me that I actually know all the lyrics to. Don't Miss a Beat. The other one is Can I Get A by Jay-Z. Emil and Ja Rule. Don't know why. Just, you know, all misogynistic hip-hop songs still I enjoy and know all the lyrics too. So what else you want to chat about? Yesterday what was trending on social media was actually Brittany Spears, and she posted something, I guess, on Instagram about Black Lives Matter. And so that was trending because obviously there are, you know, a slew of people that think Black lives don't matter, and they were triggered by Brittany's posts. And Brittany's posts are, you know, usually very unproblematic. She doesn't really post anything political. I think this is the first time that she's posted anything in regards to Black Lives Matter. So of course it triggered people, which I don't understand why the terminology Black Lives Matter is triggering to anyone, because Black lives should matter, you know. And when someone says Black Lives Matter, the only response to that should be yes, they do, right? It should not trigger anything else. So that to me is always very you know, it just is disappointing. I get disappointed with humanity when I see some of the responses to that. Speaking of Brittany Spears, you know, I did watch the documentary, and then I started watching, you know, because of DMX and Shock G and Black Rob, all of these old music videos from the 90s. And I realized how problematic we were and how terribly sexist and misogynistic we treated our young starlet, our young, you know, female women celebrities of the day. Like, if you look back at some of their interviews, we asked these teenagers questions about their sex lives and their sexiness. Like, it was just terrible. You know, looking back at it with the 2021 lenses, you can see how bad it is and how bad we treated these young ladies of the time. And it wasn't just us, right? It was the record companies that promoted them as sex symbols. when they were just teenagers, right? It was the entire way that, people interviewed them, and everyone from like David Letterman to, I think it was even Oprah Winfrey asking something about, Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen and their body size, like what size they wear. It's just, we know better now, but goodness gracious, like back then, I guess as you do better, you know better. And I get, as you do better, you know better. As you know better, you do better. But I get stuck in this kind of loop of, we are moving so far to away from all of these things. This is good. Away from sexism, away from misogyny. But it also stops us from having the conversations that we need to have. Like, we know, okay, well, this stuff is bad, right? But how do we get to a place where we talk about it and we grow from it, instead of, okay, just don't do it, it's bad? Because I think, and this is just my opinion, what happened was, and I'll correlate it to racism for a second. We got to a point where don't do it is bad, right? Don't be racist. But we never had conversations about why people even had racist thoughts, right? We never had conversations about why not do these racist things on TV, right? Why we should not exploit certain things. We never had these conversations. It was just, don't just do it, it's bad. And then all of the other stuff was still happening. All of the other systemic stuff is still happening. And so we realized that racism didn't just go away. It was there. Has it improved? Sure. But it's still there under the surface. We just, somebody said something racist, we just slapped them on the hand. Don't do that. Don't do that. And we train people not to do things until Donald Trump became president, and, he said and did all of the things, and then all of it just kind of surfaced back up. And now we're back at the don't do it is bad, but we don't want to have the discussions. And honestly, if you look at kind of the Sharon Osbourne incident, one of the worst things you can call somebody is racist, right? People take offense to being called racist, but they don't necessarily take offense to racist behaviors, just being called racist. And so we need to merge these two. We need to have this conversation of, what is a racist behavior? Why is it that you feel like this is okay? Let's address these things without the label of calling somebody a racist, maybe, because that shuts the conversation down immediately. And I feel like we're going to get the same way with sexist and misogynist, right? As soon as you call somebody a name, you give them a label, then that shuts the conversation down and you can't move further. So it's, this is bad, don't do it. But we're not having the conversation on why this is bad, how this could have been so damaging to, Brittany Spears and Lindsay Lohan. And, has it gotten any better? No, because I feel like we do the same thing to Ariana Grande. I feel like we do the same thing to our women stars of today. And we body shame them, and we sex shame them, and we over sexualize them, even when they were teenagers. I think Ariana Grande is grown now, so it's different. But we over sexualize them even when they're teenagers. And even with Ariana Grande, she's a grown woman, but she still has that very young teen look. And she plays up that schoolgirl fantasy thing. And is that her? Is that her stylist? Is that her record company? I don't know. But I think what really needs to happen is the conversation. How do we get to a better place if we just ignore how we got to this place in the first place? Anyway, I just pulled into my parking garage, going to work, got back-to-back meetings, so it's going to be a fun day. That's it. That's my Carside chat for the day. If you like this video, subscribe below, share it, and all that good stuff.